See that kid right there? That's me. I've been a basketball fan my whole life. In fact, you couldn't have found me anytime from that age, 7 up until about high school, where I wasn't in a basketball jersey of some sort. Which brings me to this video. We're actually doing an unboxing of something I bought randomly in the middle of the night off eBay, something I always wanted that I never had as a kid. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. See, I'm seriously not exaggerating when I say I lived in basketball jerseys from age probably about 8 all the way up to about 15. I pretty much wore a different jersey every day. In fact, here's one of my old throwbacks right here. It's the OG Damon Stoudemire Champion Raptors jersey. This is one of the first jerseys I ever had. Not this specific one. I bought this one later in life because one I had when I was younger, well, obviously doesn't fit me anymore. I'm 6'1" and 200 pounds and 40. I'm not 12. But I still love my jerseys. And admittedly, I don't wear them as much as I used to. In fact, here's some of the jerseys from my closet right here. But I still buy jerseys all the time, and I just wish I wore them more. It's like I love this one, not to mention this one, because I'm a huge Detroit Pistons fan. My Chauncey Billups Reebok throwback jersey that I've had forever. A lot of these jerseys I bought a long time ago, and I usually don't buy modern jerseys, but I'm a huge Detroit Pistons fan, and well, I had to make an exception when I bought this one. It's my Cade Cunningham jersey, and like I said, I really don't buy modern jerseys, but when we drafted him, I knew he was the bright spot of our future as Pistons. He is what Ben Simmons was supposed to be. He can pass, he can rebound, he can score. He is the future franchise player. We just got to hold on to him. And the reason I love the Pistons, there was one player I loved more than anyone else. So much to my chagrin, when he got traded from the Spurs to the Chicago Bulls, as a lifelong Pistons fan, I found myself cheering for the Bulls. And of course, that's going to be the Worm, Dennis Rodman. Always my favorite player. I love the hustle. I love the tenacity. I just love that he was the best defensive player on the floor at any given time. He could literally make or break or change a game just with his presence. I love Dennis Rodman. I'm going to do another video later on about my favorite collectibles that I have, things that mean the most to me, and Dennis Rodman plays a part in that. But that brings us to this video. I've been buying more jerseys again lately. I don't wear them as often as I should. Something that feels weird about being, a 40-year-old out-of-shape man who's just walking around in sports jerseys all the time. But I still love them, and I still collect them. They're not going anywhere. And I love the old school Champions jerseys from my youth. I like the Damon Stoudemire one I was wearing at the beginning of this video. But there was one from my youth I never picked up, and he was my second favorite player behind Dennis Rodman at the time. And who is that? Let's open it and find out together. Because it was funny, right after COVID, you saw that a resurgence happened with all these old school retro jerseys, the ones I used to live in as a kid. Like my first one was a Damon Stoudemire one I talked about, but I had Jason Kidd, Anthony Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon. Like you name the player from the 90s, I had their jersey, except this one. And admittedly, it's because I was a little biased. He was one of my favorite players. I loved him when he played in Philadelphia, but when he came out to Phoenix as a Tucsonan in Tucson, Arizona, we just didn't like the Suns. We didn't like Phoenix sports. I don't know if it was predicated on the University of Arizona versus Arizona State rivalry, but we just didn't like Phoenix teams. And then when the Phoenix Suns started doing really well in the mid-90s, it was because of this player. Although admittedly, Kevin Johnson was a beast. You see, I love basketball, and I can admit when someone was good. Kevin Johnson was amazing, and history has not given him enough credit as the player that he was. But it's when this player came, he really did change the landscape of Arizona basketball. And who is he, may ask? Well, I already cheated. I opened the envelope off camera, and here it is. And something about those Champions jersey just makes me like flash back to my youth. And who is that player? Sir Charles. I saw this, and after COVID, these jerseys are going for a premium. They're going for like $200, $300, and some of them still do, believe it or not. But this one in particular is one that I always wanted. I had a Dan Marley and for some reason a Danny Ainge jersey, which I do not like Danny Ainge, so I don't know why I ever had that jersey. And I still have some Suns jerseys today. Like I have an old DeAndre Ayton one. I have a Gerald Green who I loved. Like I have some Suns jerseys, but this was my second favorite player behind Dennis Rodman. Whereas Dennis Rodman could change the game defensively at any given time with his rebounding and just defensive presence, Charles Barkley was, people forget, the second best scorer in the league and arguably the best player in the NBA from the late 80s through the early 90s. Like Jordan was, by far, he was Jordan, but Barkley wasn't too far off. People don't forget that. And the reason I stopped wearing these jerseys a lot, and this one does have some wear and tear, you can tell there's some paint cracking, like it's been washed, it's been worn, but for 30 bucks, which is what I paid for this on eBay, I can't complain. In fact, I'm really excited to wear this. I might even wear it out tomorrow. We just got it in today. But I want to start collecting some of these older jerseys from my youth that I don't have anymore. And the reason I didn't buy them for the longest time is, well, I lost a lot of weight after getting sick there for a while. And I've been maintaining that weight and eating healthy and eating right. So these jerseys, specifically the size 48, fit me perfectly again. And they're much easier to find than the 52s, which is what that Damon Stoudemire jersey was. So I think you might be seeing more of these coming. We might do some unboxings here on the channel talking about jerseys and other sports collectible things. Because I love sports. I don't talk about that much. This is primarily a comic book and tech channel. But guys, basketball was my life for the longest time, as you saw in that video. I lived and breathed and played 3-4 hours a night, 5-6 days a week, whenever we could. I love basketball, and I think I'm going to start representing that out in public again. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Pretty cool jersey. If you like this, please comment down below, and we'll see about doing some more videos about like jerseys and other sports-related things. And don't get me wrong, there'll still be collectible stuff in there too, because I also collect basketball cards ever since I was a kid. And I actually got a pretty cool collection, especially the cards I've gotten signed over the years. Because every card that I have in my collection, I personally got signed. So that's a story for another day. But thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the unboxing. And tell me what jerseys you have, or which ones you still collect, and which ones you're looking for. I'd love to hear it, and we'd love to talk about them. Until next time, everybody, bye-bye.